Hello, it's day 312, and I want to talk about lonely fat children. I had a lonely childhood, and up until recently I thought I knew exactly why. It was because I was fat. Naturally, nobody wanted to be around a fat kid, therefore, it was normal that nobody gravitated toward me. It was normal that I had no friends, or so I thought. I realize now that it wasn't because I was heavy, it was because of how I reacted to being heavy. Being fat made me weird. It made me develop a kind of social anxiety that I personally think is very specific to fat people. It's a very particular kind of social anxiety that's hard to explain. But it made no one want to be friends with me because I had no confidence. I didn't want to be with myself. I hated myself, so why would anybody else want to be around me? And now that I'm a teacher, I'm seeing those same patterns play out with the little fat kids that I teach. Like, I see little fat kids ask their parents, "Oh my God, put me in Little League, put me in football, put me in horseback riding," because they have this idea, this 80s movie idea, that just being in a sport will somehow make them more athletic, more likable. It'll put them on a team, so now they'll have friends. Like, it's a shortcut. You'll have your montage, you'll have your glow up, and everything will be fine. But I don't think it works that way. And I don't think it works that way because it didn't work for me when I was in sports when I was a kid. In fact, it made me feel more isolated, if that's possible. And, there's whole industries that pop up around lonely fat kids. And I am, of course, talking about fat camps. Fat camps were a thing for a little while. They're not really so much of a thing anymore, but there was a period of time in the early 2000s where just the existence of fat camps was kind of a joke in itself. You could just bring them up and people would be like, ha ha ha, how ludicrous, how silly. But yeah, people are trying to make money off of the fact that fat kids are lonely. Let's put them all together so they can become friends, right? And simultaneously make them lose weight. There we go. That'll fix all their problems. Being fat is not a problem in itself. Well, maybe it is. I don't know, man. I don't have answers. But I am starting to realize that I like myself a whole lot more when I think about my weight a whole lot less. I still like going to the gym. I've still been trying to eat healthy. I've still been trying to do what's right for my body day to day. But not fixating on it, not writing everything down, not going hour by hour checking in with my body like, hey, you still okay? You still okay? Like that anxious, like, hey, oh my gosh, have we gotten hungry yet? Like, by not doing that, I feel like I'm learning to like myself a whole lot more. And suddenly, like magic, all of these people are popping up in my life who, you know, want to hang out sometimes. It's scary because I think being a lonely fat kid made me like being alone. I don't know if I like being alone or if I just think that I like it as a coping mechanism. I don't know if I'll ever know that, but I do know that I'm enjoying changing things up a little bit. I'm enjoying the fact that I can go out now if I want to. So, if nothing else, there's a little bit of a victory there.